Let's do a proper ETL now using AWS Glue. In the first part, I will use Glue API using Visual ETL. I'll not be writing any code for Glue API. I'll be using the Visual ETL. And in the second part, I'll use PySpark to perform similar operation, which will read records from OLTP database and write it to a OLAP database. I have already prepared the environment. The OLTP database is an MySQL database in Aurora. This is the same database that I have been using so far. And on the OLAP side, I have created a Redshift cluster. And in this cluster, I have created a database. The name of the database is Finance Report DB, as you can see here. And I have created two tables. The first table is cross-border transaction count, and the second table is cross-country transaction details. And this is the structure or schema of the first table, and this is the schema of the second table, cross-country transaction details. As you can see, the tables do not represent a one-to-one mapping with the MySQL tables that I already have. So we'll have to perform some transformations to load the records from OLTP database to Redshift OLAP database. And these are the OLTP tables: account, customer, ledger, loan, and transaction. I'll have to read records from these tables and then load it to these target tables, which is in Redshift. If I'm planning to use AWS Glue API or Visual ETL, I'll have to make sure that the tables which are there in Redshift are available in the Glue data catalog. And as of now, those tables are not there in the data catalog. These are all MySQL tables. All the tables that we have are from Aurora MySQL, and some tables are from S3 in CSV format, and one of them or two of them are in Parquet format. So I do not have any tables, or I do not have the tables which I have created in Redshift yet in the Glue data catalog. So first I'll have to do that. And you already know how to capture the metadata and load it to Glue data catalog. We'll have to use a Glue crawler. I already have created two crawlers. One is to crawl the S3 folders, and the second one is to crawl the MySQL Finance database. Let us go ahead and create a new one. This is the name of the crawler, and here I'll have to add a data source, which I have done earlier also. Instead of S3, I'll have to use Redshift. But the moment I use Redshift, I need a connection. There are no connections as such. So crawler has to use a Redshift connection to connect to the database and then capture the metadata. For Aurora, we have done so using Aurora Finance DB connection. I had created this connection for Aurora. So I'll have to do the same for Redshift also. Because as you already know, the crawler is nothing but a Spark job, which will connect to Redshift database, do an infer schema, or create a data frame by reading the tables in Redshift. And then instead of doing a print schema, it will just save the schema in Glue data catalog. So I'll have to create a data connection for Redshift. Now to do that, I'll have to go to data connections here, and I'll have to create a Redshift connection. The data source would be Amazon Redshift here. Click on next, and I'll have to choose a Redshift cluster. I have two different Redshift clusters. One is the serverless Redshift cluster, and the other one is the provisioned Redshift cluster. Make sure to use the provisioned Redshift cluster, or if you are planning hands-on on this, make sure to create a provisioned Redshift cluster. There are some issues with the serverless Redshift cluster because it might so happen that whenever you want to create a connection with Redshift serverless, the VPC ID is taken as subnet ID, and then some error is shown. It can be sorted out by raising or creating an AWS support ticket. But of course, you cannot do that because it's a free tier account. So that's why I have created this provision Redshift cluster, and the database name is FinanceDB. The username would be AWS user and the password. Then I'll select the IAM role, click on next, and I'll name the connection as this. Click on next, and then click on create connection. So it'll go ahead and create a connection. Once the connection is created, I'll have to test the connection, and then we'll create the crawler. The connection creation is done. Let us go ahead and create the crawler now. This would be the name of the crawler, and I'll add the data source as Redshift, and I'll have to select a connection here. Now the connection would be the new one that I have just created, which is this one. And then I provide the database name or table name or schema name. In Redshift, I have created these two tables in the finance report DB database and in the public schema. So let us go ahead and mention the same. Now to provide both database and schema, I'll have to type the database followed by the name of the schema and then followed by percentage sign. Of course, you have to have forward slash in between. It is already mentioned here in this documentation. Now, the reason I'm mentioning just public schema because I want to crawl only the tables that I have created, or else it will go ahead and crawl all the other databases. That's it. I'll add the data source, which is actually a JDBC data source. As you can see, it has been picked automatically by Glue crawler. I do not need any custom classifier because it's a JDBC classifier. And I'll select the IAM role which I have created already. Nothing else is needed. And the target database would be 3IAM Glue DB. This is the database that I have created in Glue data catalog. Let's mention the table prefix as redshift underscore. Crawler schedule is on demand. That's it. Let's create the crawler, and of course I'll have to run the crawler now. But before that, I think I forgot to test the connection. Always better to test the connection, which I had not done earlier. Let us go ahead and do that before running the crawler. So I'll be testing this second connection, which is for Redshift. Click on actions and click on test connection. So it says that it has been successfully connected. Now I can go ahead and run the crawler that I have just created, which is 3IAM Redshift Finance OLAP crawler. Let's run it. And once the execution is done, I should be able to see the Redshift tables in the Glue data catalog. The crawler took 3 minutes for completion, but it has extracted 2 table changes. So you should be able to see the Redshift tables here. So this is the Redshift table, this is the first table and this is the second table, and the format is as such that it would add the table prefix first, which is Redshift underscore, followed by the name of the database, which is finance report DB, followed by the schema, which is public, followed by the table name, which is cross border transaction count. For the second one, it is cross country transaction details. So we have prepared the environment. Now let us go ahead and create the ETL job, in which case it would read from the tables, do some transformation, and then load it to Redshift.